Hey lovelies! I'm going to show you as many possible ways today to put your bangs out of your face. These are different ways to kind of spice it up so that you don't have to do the same thing every single day. So you guys are really close up on my bangs. You can't even see my mouth, but that's important to see these. The first one is absolutely the easiest one possible. Just grab a headband. Scoot your hair up like that. Ta-da! It's a really easy way to get your hair out of your face, and it adds a cute embellishment. The second way is using some kind of little embellishment. So I'm using a little flower because flowers are always fashionable. Pull your bangs out of the way. Take the flower and use that as your clip to get rid of it. Classic is always a French braid, and I take my part where my bangs are a little bit further than what I normally have just so that I have a good amount of hair. I'm taking this whole section, and what you want to do, clip back the rest of your hair, starting at the back corner. Take a small section, split it into the 3 sections, and then simply French braid. If you don't know how to French braid, you're taking the outside pieces over the center piece, and then you add hair to each side, and then add on the other side as well. Then when you take your hair down, you can take a bobby pin and take the end of the braid and pin it up under the rest of your hair. You might need a couple to fix it. And then you can kind of loosen it up some. And that gives you a French braid. The reverse of that would be the Dutch braid, which makes the braid look like it's coming out. Start off the same way. The only difference here is going to be when you do the 3 sections, what you want to do rather than going over is go under the center. And then add hair just like with our French braid. And then it's the same idea here as well. Take your hair down and then bobby pin it up under your hair. And you can make it thicker if you like. So that's the Dutch braid. Alright, while we're on braids, I want to show you one that I really like to do. Incorporates a little bit more hair though. So I'm taking my part a little bit further back, more like to where my ear is. Taking all of that section and separating it out from my hair. The gist of this one is to comb your hair forward and then start French or Dutch braiding, however you want to do it. But the braid is actually going to fall along your forehead. So you want to start back here with a thin slice, like such. You want to separate that into your 3 pieces. and start your braid. Now I do several before I actually start adding. You want to go in the direction that you're going. Now what you want to do is add that hair only to the side that it is closest to. So we're not adding it to both sides this time. So we added it to this one, and now we're going to keep going. And then there's multiple ways you can pin this one. You can pin it just like the others with putting it up under your hair. And then come back. You can leave it tight. I just like a really loose braid. So you can do it that way. Or you could take that braid and put it on the outside and do a braid over here and have them meet in the center. I'll even put it into an updo. So, okay, so a really great way to get your bangs out of your face is to just twist them back, and it kind of looks braided, but it's a lot quicker and easier. All you need to do is take your hair, divide it into 2 sections. 1, 2. We're going to twist away from the face 1 time, and then add hair to the front section and nowhere else. Twist that again, add hair to the front section, and that's really basically it. You're just twisting away from the face and adding hair from the front and retwisting. And then pin it out of the way. And so that's what that looks like. Something to kind of change it up so it's not so braided is tying it in knots. You take 2 sections, split them in half, and what you want to do is literally tie them like you're tying a knot. So bring one under and around and through the loop, just like you would when you're about to tie your shoes. And you have a knot. Then you want to add hair, add the 2 pieces together, and create another piece. Now mine is normally a new front piece. And then you want to repeat. Now with this one you might get some pieces sticking out since your bangs are going to be a little short. But in that case just use some gel or pomade or something and that'll help fix it. And that's what that one looks like. Just pin it out of the way as well. So a lot of times you see people with a little side poof. If you go in and make a little bit of teasing, that really helps that. Kind of position it where you want it to be and how high you want it to be. I mean, you might like it that high. And then pin. And then I spray it out of the way. But see, that kind of gives you a more polished kind of look. You can also take that backwards. So pull it straight back. This is probably one that I see all the time. Push that up forward. Pin that. And then of course spray these into place. You have a backwards poof. You can do it on any side you want, really. So there's one that pretty much takes up all the hair in the front, and if you will section from ear to ear and pull away all the hair in the back, then you can French or Dutch braid all the way across. Once you have that, what I like to do, if I'm going to be leaving my hair down, is take it and wrap it inside the hair in the back and then pin it. So that way it's kind of hidden. And normally I would kind of curl this, give it some life. But that is the braided headband. But this really gets all the hair near your face out of your way. This is a really good one if you don't even have bangs. We have the fishtail. And that one is a bit more complicated when on the scalp. But still, once you get it, it's pretty easy enough. So I'm going to part my hair a little bit further than I normally part it. Pull it back. And this is yet another one with just two. Now, the secret to the fishtail on the scalp that took me forever to learn. Don't just start fishtailing with the two open. You want to cross them. Crossing them is key. Once you have them crossed, go ahead and add a little hair to each side and go straight into your fishtail. Adding one side from the outside to the center of the opposite side. And if this is kind of confusing, I'll direct you to a link on this video to my fishtail video. And once you get how to do a fishtail that's not on the scalp, you'll understand how to do one on the scalp. But you're pretty much just doing it exactly like a French braid, always adding hair. But the section that you add, you don't take the whole section. You just take a small piece from that area and add it over to the opposite side. And sometimes I do a couple in a row just to kind of get a hold of it. And once you have it to where you want it, you can take it down as far as you want, then pin that out of the way, and we're good to go. We got our hair out of the way. Alright, so that concludes as the many ways that I could think off the top of my head of ways to get your bangs or just the hair around your face out of your way. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any kind of suggestions or anything, let me know what you want to see next. Bye guys!